Yes. Okay, good. Hey, everybody. It's Jeff here with J Free 906 and the Curse of Oak Island and Beyond live stream. Yay. I'm not quite sure what was going on there. I was trying to use another microphone that I have and another camera. I do have another mic set up here for our guest. Gypsy will be along in just a few minutes. By the way, I am out here in Kerrville, Texas, because you did not hear me say this earlier. I am in Kerrville, Texas right now at Gypsy Jewels' first annual hunt. And we are getting ready to, the people are starting to show up in here now for this hunt. There's going to be a meet and greet tonight. And then tomorrow, there's a meet and greet and a dinner tonight. And then tomorrow, they're going to take on the hunt. And they've seeded this area out here where we're going to be, going out there with our metal detectors and having some fun and finding things. That's going to be a blast. I can't wait for that. I'm going to try to bring up this other camera real quick here. Um, Let's see here. Thank you guys for coming by the way. Jan and Kat and Jenny, Dina, and who else? Barbara, everybody that was telling me they can't hear me. Oh, I know. Sorry about that. Gypsy will be along here in a minute. I tell you what, this woman's been running around like crazy trying to get this thing all organized today. She has really been working hard. We're going to have different guests coming up throughout the day. And probably a little bit tomorrow. Most of the day is tomorrow is probably going to be doing hunting for treasure. So that's going to be a lot of fun. There's still time if you are in this area. We are in Kerrville, Texas, which is about, if you guys live in the area, you would know that, but it's about 45 minutes northwest of San Antonio. We are at the Texas Lions Camp, the Lions Club, and they got a beautiful camp here. We're in just a fantastic building right now, getting ready for this. Hey, Tom. And so it's going to be, I'm going to try to see if I can bring up this other camera. Let's see if it'll let me. And let me know if you can still hear me. Now that I brought up this other camera, can you still hear me? That's the key. Because that's what I was trying to do before. I was trying to get the other camera working. And or I was on the other camera and it was not working. So please, somebody let me know if you can still hear me at this point with the other camera up. All good. Thank you. Awesome. This is the first time I've tried to do this remote. I've got so much gear here up on this little stage that they've got set up. I still haven't seen Gypsy. She's running around somewhere. But you can see some of the people starting to show up here. Registration starts in about 3 minutes. So, but thank you guys for coming by and joining me here today. We're going to be live for quite a while. I'm just going to kind of let this run here. Once Gypsy gets back, she'll be taking that microphone that you see in the other camera there. She'll be taking that microphone and then she will be giving a little talk to everyone. And of course, we'll get that recorded as well. So we're going to have some fun. All the way to New Brunswick, loud and clear. Cool. I know when I first, hey, Bill, how you doing? When I first fired it up, it was not working too well. Nobody could hear me, and it was because I had my cameras not configured properly with the microphone. So I think that was the problem. But just a few people now starting to show up here. But this is going to be a lot of fun. I tell you, I really got the bug metal detecting now, and I haven't gone out with Gypsy yet. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow to get some detecting in tomorrow as we look for treasure. I'm hoping that there's a Garrett pinpointer that's up for, it's over at on the table over there for a raffle. I'm going to be buying the $20 for 5 tickets, and I'm hoping to win that Garrett pinpointer. I'm really sure. How you doing, sir? So this is going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to doing this. Okay, at the at the dog gym for training. All right, catch you later, Tom. Yeah, we'll be live here for a while. We're going to stay going in. I'll just keep talking to folks, and like I said, we're going to have some different guests coming up here and taking the chair here and talking with us a little bit as we go along here this afternoon. So yeah. But yeah, this is really cool. I'm really, like I said, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow and getting some metal detecting in. And like I said, this is what they call a seeded event where they go out and they put coins in the ground and tokens in the ground and different things like that for people to find. And it's for people of all ages. There's still time to get registered if you'd like to do that. You can still come in and register at the registration desk over there. There's going to be raffles. They're giving away metal detectors and bags, detector bags, all kinds of stuff. They got a ton of gifts and prizes to give away here at this event today. So this is really cool. And this I got to tell you, this Texas Lions uh, camp, they call it Texas Lions Camp. This is a fantastic place. Um, it was, I guess, built and paid for by the Lions Club here in Kerrville. And this room that we're in right now is huge. If you can't hear the echo already, it is a big room. It's a cafeteria basically in a banquet hall. Um, yeah, it's but there are buildings all over this facility. Right behind us here is a swimming pool. Of course, it's a little cool to swim today. The weather kind of chilled off. That's why I'm wearing this today. But the weather kind of went awry on us. Um, where is your green? I can't show you because uh, yeah, it is St. Patty's Day, isn't it? Yeah, I got some green here someplace. I'm sure. Got to be. That's pretty funny, William. Thank you for reminding me. I got a green lanyard. I'll have to go and get that. Oh, here's Gypsy. Hey, I'm giving her the wave here so she'll be over here in just a second and kind of help kick things off with us. But yeah, I really like. I'm so glad you guys. Oh yeah, no green. All right, hang on just a second. We'll get Gypsy over here. And now you have to pinch yourself. Okay, I just did. How about that? Ow. But yeah, we're gonna have some different. There's some interesting people here today. Um, people from all ages that are coming to this event, and I've met so many of them already today. Um, and believe it or not, some of them that actually watch the podcast. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to see if we can get Gypsy's attention here. She's been really, really busy trying to get this thing organized. That's her standing over there. She's on the phone now. See, that's in the orange. So we'll get her over here in a second as soon as she is done. And I'm going to turn that other camera off for just a moment. There we go. But anyway, so yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm going to stay live here for a little while because I want to bring up some different people to come up and talk with us and kind of explain, what they're doing and how they got involved in metal detecting and that sort of thing. I've already got some great stories from people already, and there's a gentleman that's we're going to talk with too. He's got a podcast, or at least he's got a YouTube channel and stuff, and he does some different things. So we're going to get him over here with us as well and talk a little bit. But I tell you what, honestly, what a fantastic bunch of people these are. Nice surprise. Hi, Christy. How you doing? Yeah, it is. It's really. I thought I'd go live. We were talking. Gypsy said she had a spot all set up for me here, and I was blown away that she really does. Well, we got a few people over on the. Can't hear you, Barbara. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I got it fixed now, Barbara. I don't know how long ago you sent that. 11 minutes ago. Yeah, I think we're fixed since then. So this will be a little bit unorthodox as to what I normally do for a podcast. But like I said, we're just kind of like doing a live thing here during the event. As I was mentioning, I got here and Gypsy had there's like a little stage here looking out into this big room. And she put her banner up here behind me. And she said, "Yeah, you can have that table all to yourself." And I'm like, "No way, really?" So here we are. So I had to run back to my trailer and get a bunch of to my RV and get a bunch more equipment so I could really get set up here to do a good podcast. I really want to make it well for everyone. All right, here she comes. Hey, How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Turn your mic on. There we go. Now we can hear
Hi, Jeff.
you. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Man,
Nice.
so I was kind of telling everybody this is your first annual hunt that you're having here
Uh-huh.
today. Tell us a little bit. How did this all? How did it all come about? I mean,
Well, let's see, Jeff. I don't know if I'm in the camera view
yeah, right
there.
there. You just right.
Okay, great. Uh, so first of all, I've been metal detecting, now for 24 years,
Yeah.
and when I first got started, I started learning about different seated hunts and
Mhm.
different hunts you could go on,
Mhm.
and I've been going to them for a long time. And what a great way to bring the metal detecting treasure hunting hobbyists together
Absolutely.
and meeting people that have that in common.
Mhm.
Just kind of like they have different things like that for all types of different hobbies
Yep.
and sports, um, because it is considered a sport
Yep.
in a sense.
Mhm.
So, but I think we're unlike most sports. It's the hobby that pays you back.
It does. It
It
really
really
does.
does. It really
I was
does.
talking with a few folks here earlier today, and we were talking about. I said I'm happy when I find like a railroad spike or a
Exactly.
matchbox car.
I know, right? Even it's not like it's a treasure per se when we think of when we grew up as kids, like pirate treasure,
Yeah,
um, something like
gold
that.
doubloons and
But
stuff. Yeah,
once you dig, and Jeff, this will happen. Of course, a lot of these finds this weekend will be seeded, but
right.
there will be natural finds in the ground as well.
Mhm.
This camp has been here since the 50s, and then
Really?
before
Wow.
that, going back to the 20s, there was a sanatorium here,
Oh wow. Okay.
sanatorium, whatever you
Mhm.
want to call it. There was a lot of history here. So, I think there's even an old railroad that passes through somewhere.
Yeah,
So,
this is quite. I was really surprised when I drove to this camp. I mean, the road goes around and there's just buildings everywhere and like
it's
like
a
schools and it looked like schools and there's a pool back
right.
here behind us and everything. I mean, it's amazing facility. It
It's a
really is.
great facility.
And they're gonna
So,
let us dig in the yard.
yeah, right. And one reason why they are, I think, so accepting to having this event here is
Mhm.
they know that hobbyists, when we become a metal detectorist, a hobbyist
Mhm.
in the hobby, we kind of take on an oath. Um, a lot of newbies kind of have to learn this as time goes by, but they have to learn that there's kind of an oath you take, that you always respect, number one, the property
Absolutely.
you're on,
Yep. Mhm.
no
Right.
trespassing, all the laws that go
Mhm.
along. But number one, always want to leave the property better. You try to leave it better than way when you got there.
Right.
And one way to do that is take out the trash
Yeah. Oh
that you
yeah.
find.
Yeah.
You're always going to dig. Yes,
And
you're going to dig trash in this hobby.
yeah.
It just goes with it.
Yep.
They have some great modern technology now where you can go out there and you can kind of tell a lot of the
Mhm.
signals that say, hey, this could possibly be a pull tab, or this could possibly. But here's the thing, with some of the gold rings,
Mhm.
you will learn it has the same conductivity as some of those pull tabs, or
Really?
nickel
Oh, because
kind of
I've had
falls
a
in
couple.
that,
I
and you're
found
like,
a couple of
oh,
pull
I think I
tabs,
got
but
a
no
ring,
rings yet.
and then it's not there. But some of the
Yep.
silver is a higher conductivity, so it's
Yeah.
going to ring more like a coin,
Oh, okay.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's stuff you'll learn as you go
Yep.
along. And these hunts are really great for beginners too, because they can learn more about the sounds and what.
Exactly. I've
And
noticed that with my Ace Apex. I mean, it makes a different sound, according to what it
right,
is. If it's iron, it has a sound, a lower
right.
tone, and higher for good stuff or whatever. Yeah, I'm learning all this. I'm a newbie, that's for sure. That's why I'm here. That's one of the reasons, because I want to learn from an expert right here.
Boy, I tell you, and 24 years in this hobby, I'm still learning.
Oh,
I
I
learn
bet.
new things all the time because there's always new equipment and new technology and new scenarios that happen when you're out there in the
Mhm.
field hunting. And a lot of it, once you get in the hobby and you get past going to the public places and
Mhm.
you start getting on private permissions
Yeah.
and you start doing that research and you learn about the history,
Yeah.
and then you learn about what things you could find.
You bring that up, and I was just watching. I don't know if this was your most recent a video you did, but you and Shauna were out at this old house, and I was just
Yes.
watching that the other day. It was so
Yeah.
cool watching you guys. So you got permission from the owner to go there and
Right.
detect that problem. That was
Right.
awesome.
Now that's really cool. So my friend Shauna actually works for an insurance company,
Mhm.
and this guy buys a lot of rental properties, and so a lot of these are vacant. And
Nice.
so he said, "Have at it."
Wow.
And you know, you get some great people. You meet, you know, some of my favorite friends
Mhm.
these days are the people that I have hunted. They have invited me or allowed me to metal detect their property. And a lot of these people, you know, I might find a silver coin here or there or some really neat relics.
Mhm.
And some people, what I'll do is I will fix up like a relic box for them, and I'll
Right,
give
right.
it to them. A lot of the owners, they don't care. They just get excited about seeing you get excited
Yeah.
about finding, you know, a piece of history. So, you know, that's what makes this hobby. And I've become such close friends with some of these
That's
people.
the other thing.
And some of them I've detected their property and they go, "Oh, go have fun. I hope you find the biggest treasure." And a lot of them, you know, sometimes you kind of have that written underline. Some people you can get a contract with them. It's up
Mhm.
to you, because what if you do find something
know.
amazing? You
Yes.
never know. But then most people, I mean, if they're like you and me, we would be willing to, if we found something worth a lot of money, split it with the
I would
property
definitely,
owner.
yeah,
You know,
definitely bring it up with
and
them.
you know that kind of thing
It's a
does a lot.
respectable thing
It's
to
a
do. Yeah.
respectable thing.
Yeah,
But a
absolutely.
lot of us, I like giving. You know, if they're interested, if they really, you know, sometimes some of these property owners, they will have, they might have been their grandparents that lived in this house,
Right, right.
or
Through
their
several
great grandparents,
generations.
several
Yeah.
generations.
Mhm.
And so we'll fix them up a relic box with some of those things. And sometimes they'll go, "Oh my gosh, that was lost by my grandmother," or "that
Oh
was
man,
lost."
that's so
When you
special.
can connect those dots,
Absolutely.
it is amazing.
Yeah.
So that's real treasure there.
It
And for
is.
me, the real treasure is those people that you meet along the
Yep.
way, and then the history tidbits you pick
Yep.
up too. So
Yeah, I was telling everybody that
it's
when
the
I
most
first sat down,
rewarding
and it is. And I've met such wonderful people during this, and I've met some already today, and I know more are going to be coming in, and I can't wait to meet them too. If you guys are near the area, you got to come by. Even if you don't want to participate in the hunt, at least come by for the meet and greet and say hi. If you're anywhere near Kerrville,
That would be great. Yeah, that would be great.
I know a lot of people are probably waiting for you to meet Gypsy. I don't know. We got.
We got a lot of people out here that have just showed up that I don't recognize some of these faces. A lot of them all know me, but I'm like, I'd never met you before. So we're about to go.
And I finally got to meet you.
Finally got to meet Jeff. So it's interesting how Jeff and I met,
Mhm.
and through, you know, me being on Beyond Duck Island, and then your podcast, and then my YouTube channel as well, and that continues. And I've gotten a lot of people that, you know, that I after those episodes aired, I was contacted by a lot of people that are like, "Hey, I know a place," or they have these
That's the
connections.
beauty of it.
That's the beauty of it. And then you and I keep like connecting with more and more people too, and it's just broadening that network.
It really
and
is.
It's amazing. I can't wait to share with you some of the stuff I'm hoping that comes to fruition this year.
That's good.
So-
I can't wait. And you and I we have kind of an agreement, everybody, with Gypsy that when you know, a lot of times if she's doing something, it is involved being you know, on a TV show. NDAs are involved. We know can't find out about it beforehand.
Until after.
Yeah, until after. But when after comes, she's coming back on the show so we can talk about some of these.
So
things.
yeah, we got some great things coming up this year. Yeah, I've got some NDAs, and I mean some you know, non-disclosure stuff in the works. But once I'm able to release that information, you know, Jeff and I will be getting together again, and then hopefully we've got some major treasure stories coming up. I mean, some stuff that will blow your mind, treasure. So that's what, you know, I know a lot of people have been waiting to see on Oak Island. And you know, it's happening. It's all in the works. So y'all stay tuned.
Stay tuned for sure. Oh my
Awesome.
gosh, I can't wait for that. But yeah, like you said, like Gypsy was saying, you know, I've met such wonderful people, and just the connections, like Mark Hoover. You know, Mark Hoover. I met Mark.
I couldn't believe, you know, Jeff says, "Hey, guess who I'm with? My buddy Mark that I've known for quite a long time." Mark was on a cruise, I think, this last week, so he wasn't able to be here. But he even sent a package through Jeff.
Yeah, of
Uh,
giveaways. I got a giant
yeah.
box of stuff for giveaways
So
that Mark donated. Yeah,
it was
in his
awesome.
club.
So we got some great stuff going on here, and I'm gonna go talk to some people,
Yep.
and we'll
Yeah,
be
you
back.
got a lot waiting for you.
We've got a lot of people that have arrived. Go meet and greet some of these people, and then we will be making some announcements shortly. So
Cool. Yeah,
get
we're gonna
things
get that. I
rocking
got a
and rolling.
camera all set up for that too. So
There's my good friend Marla and Kirby. I call him Kirby. Lee over here. I see. And found out what a small world. I met them in Florida.
oh, really?
And come to find out, they live in a town where my cousins live.
Really?
And so I get to go dig with him in a dump. So see where
In
it
a
leads?
dump?
In a dump.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
gonna have to dig in a dump.
I want
with
to
me
dig in a
soon.
dump. I
We'll
really
go do that. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
We'll talk later.
All right, sounds
Okay.
good. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. We'll
All
be
right.
back. See y'all later.
There you go, Gypsy Jewels, everybody. Man, I tell you what, yeah, this is so cool because she's so busy, and but you know, like we were just saying, you know, the idea of meeting people. Yeah, she's over there getting hugs around around the room now, but yeah, it's that's the key, you know, really is just to meet other people and to collaborate. That has been the greatest portion of doing this podcast, and then also you know, getting into the melody type thing. Same thing, you know, where, you know, Greg Lawson, if any of you remember the show that I did with Greg Lawson, you know, and I met him at Phenomicon out in Vernal, Utah last year, and he knows Gypsy, and he works with her. I almost slipped up and said something there I wasn't supposed to say, but there's something coming from that, so you'll find out. Wade, how you doing, Wade? The truth. How you guys doing? Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. As I was saying, we're gonna Wanda. Hey, Wanda. Oh man, I know. See that? You know, it is. You know, when she told me about this, and then she invited me to come out here and be part of this, I was really astounded. I wanted to be part of it. I wanted to come out and help support her. I tell you, Gypsy is true blue. Got a heart of gold. That woman does, and you know, just to help her out with all of this has been great. But she's got some things coming up that she's kind of hinted to me a little bit about some people that she's working with, and very, very interesting things coming up down the road here for her. So, and like she just said, when she can, she's going to come on and talk to all of us about it too. So, let's see. Yeah, we got a lot of people sitting down in the chairs here now already. They're kind of looking up here, going, "Wonder what this guy's doing. What's he?" Hey, Realm, how you doing? From the UK. All right, cool. Like I said, I'm going to be staying live here for a little while, and kind of a different type of thing that we normally do. I'm going to turn on the other camera at one point. We're going to have some people come up and talk. At least Gypsy will. She'll be talking to everybody at some point, and we got a dinner going on. We probably won't be live during the dinners. You know, everybody chowing down and stuff like that. But and then tomorrow we're going to be live again for a little while. Tomorrow the hunt takes place tomorrow. Tonight is meet and greet and dinner. And then you know, and buying the raffle tickets and getting all that stuff done tonight, and then tomorrow is the actual hunt. And it, like Gypsy said, it's a seated event. And if you didn't catch me say that earlier, that is a time when everybody, they go out, some people go out and they plant coins and tokens and things like that. The tokens you can turn in for prizes, and there are some silver coins that they're planting as well. So if you're lucky enough to get one of those, and then you get a token, you can come in, you put it in the little slot machine, you run the token, see what you win. Prize. I mean, it's everybody's going to go home with something. Put it to you that way. You know, that's the way it's going to work out. Susan from LA, how you doing, Susan? Oh yeah. So I had to have some different equipment going on here today. Hey, Sandella Ray, how are you? A little bit different equipment going on here today because I couldn't get my full studio in here, but I got quite a bit of it. So, yeah, it took me a little bit to get everything set up, but I'll mute that one real quick. Yeah, it's starting to get a lot of background noise in here. I hope you guys can still hear me okay. And all that background noise is I'm not going to be able to filter all of it out. So, you solved You solved the Oak Island mystery. Okay, awesome. Well, you should tell the brothers because I don't think they've gotten to the end of that just yet. They're still trying to solve it. We're going to get some other people up here come and talk to us in a little bit, and just kind of let us know. I really, like I was saying earlier about meeting people, um, and have them come up and talk a little bit with us about. Oh, thank you. Um, have them come up and talk to us a little bit about how they got started in metal detecting, and some people are just casual metal detectors. Some people go out often, and some people would be classified as an actual treasure hunter, I think, in some cases, where they go to specific places looking for specific treasures that may have been hidden. You guys have heard about like the Knights of the Golden Circle. The Knights of the Golden Circle was a group of people who from the South back during the Civil War, and they were trying to keep everything going that the South had planned. And to do so, they went around and they hid. They wanted to get the war going again, and they went around and they hid like mason jars full of gold around different places around the country. Some of them have been found, and the idea is that a lot of them have not been found. So people go out and look for that kind of stuff. They go out and hunt for it, and why not, right? I mean, give it a shot, see what you can find. I'm just looking to see who I can get to come over and sit down and talk with us again a little bit. Everybody's pretty busy. I'm going to turn on the other camera just for a minute. Let's see here. There we go. There's a few people coming in. Most of the seating here is in front of us. This room is huge. It goes all the way around that corner that you see there to the left, on the left side of that screen, and then it goes all the way around over this way. But we are not going to take up the whole thing for sure. I don't know how many people that she had to actually got paid for this event. It is a paid event. Just funded. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me here for a little bit. Like I said, when she gets ready to do the speaking engagement here, I'll go live with that too. I'll keep that. We're just going to keep it live and kind of see who's coming around and the people coming in here. Just getting started, so I'm going to turn that back off. But yeah, this facility, like I was saying, is fantastic. It's an older facility, like Gypsy was saying. It was built, quite a few years ago. But really nice, very, very nice. And this event is being sponsored by Garrett Metal Detectors. That is the brand I have. I have a Garrett, and I love it. And that's one of the things too, is that I'm learning how to use it. Um, like Gypsy was saying earlier, there's a lot of little nuances to it about the different tones it makes. You can turn it so it takes out some of the iron. If you don't want to be digging up nails all the time, you can put the discrimination up a little higher so that you're not getting some of the nails or iron deposits or whatever, and then just looking for, like, if you're just after the non-ferrous metals and things like that. So you can, and that's what I want to do. I really want to learn about my detector that I have, and also the pinpointer too. How to contact? I don't know. We have a little bit of contact with some of the guys, but I mean, you can find some of them on Facebook. I mean, Laird and some of those guys have their own Facebook pages, so you can always try reaching out to them there. Um, that's pretty much the extent of it. Hey, oh,
Here for you.
oh, hey, come on up. How you doing?
Okay, Dennis.
Dennis, all right. Hey, Dennis.
I've never done this before.
Oh.
I missed one yesterday.
No problem. All right, this is Dennis Neal. Yeah, just anyway. Whoop, got it wrapped around here. Hold on.
Come on, turn around this way.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Dennis, scoot over this way just a little bit. Here, get more in the picture here. All right, here we got Dennis Neal. Dennis, tell us a little bit about Dennis. And have you known Gypsy a while, or?
Yeah, I've known Gypsy for a couple of years. I've known Gypsy for a couple of years. Yes, I'm a master dowser. I claim to be
Master Dowser. Really?
I claim to be maybe the best there is.
Wow.
I've discovered a lot of secrets in dowsing through the years,
Really?
but I'm not your typical dowser.
No. Okay. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when you get into dowsing, there's witness dowsing where you ask questions and is it over here and over there. I can do that, but I don't rely on that. What I have is I have a very proprietary instrument that I put on the ground. And when I change different colors on my instrument, I read the spectrum of different minerals. And it does not lie at all. It is really great. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
When I was in Tallahassee, Florida, I did my little dowsing thing from Tallahassee, and I got this huge target over towards Vero Beach.
Really?
I said, well, I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is, so I just followed my target. So when I got there, it was actually 23 targets. It was in the same place. And what it was trenches. I call them trenches because it was 12 foot wide and 20 feet long.
Wow.
And in each one of those trenches, there was separate targets. Most of those targets were put there by the Spanish or by people that was related to the Spanish or learned Spanish secrets.
Right.
So most of those targets had 4 rows of 6 targets each one. But they were at different depths and they were about 2.5 foot apart.
Wow.
So if you found one, you'd go home happy. Only the person that buried it would know. So those were 23 trenches in a 3/4 circle.
Right.
That was 500 yards from the beach. That is the fleet of 1750 and all.
Is it the 1715 fleet? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've talked to a lot of guys that are working on and diving on the 1715 fleet.
I have too, and most of them don't believe what I have to say, and I really don't care if they believe me or not.
Right.
I have all 10 ships, not 11 ships because one of them got away.
Right.
But I have 10 ships identified and their locations from GPS readings from my dowsing. But they're very small targets. Now, the first 2 ships, which are farther from shore, the first one's about 4.5 miles from shore. The other one's about 2 miles from shore, and the rest of them are with the 800 feet to 1,200 feet from shore. That's why you're finding so much stuff.
Right.
But being raised in Florida and being a surfer in Daytona Beach, when a hurricane came up, that's where we were. The sheriff was there saying, come back in. We said, come on out here because we have big waves.
Yeah.
So if you had a sailing ship and you ran into a hurricane, it was pushing you to the shore, the first thing you would do is throw out the anchor, throw out the cannons, throw out the cannonballs, not the treasure.
Right.
That's why Mel Fisher and Queen Jewels LLC, who I've talked to personally, are not finding much of anything except those things. Because after the storm, they hit the sandbar. After the storm, before the storm, they went ashore to save their life. After the storm, they came out and recovered the treasure.
Wow.
Then they buried it in a campground. Now, this is one of 2 campgrounds that's been, the first campground's been recorded north of there.
Okay.
Towards St. Augustine.
Right.
But this one nobody knows about. I know exactly where it's at. I read it from 175 miles away. And I know exactly where it's at, been on top of it. I'm looking for
So we can turn the mic off for a second and you can tell me if you
Well, if you want to pay for the legal help,
we'll
get something done.
Oh my goodness. That's great. And you do this from that far away using this dowsing technique of yours? This is I've not heard of this. I've heard of dowsing. Somebody just asked, is dowsing something anyone can learn to do?
You could dowse, but you have to have something to dowse with.
I've heard of using the dowsing rods.
I have dowsing rods.
And the stick where, it's the Y, a branch that's in a Y and it bends, but that's looking for water generally, I think.
I've never dowsed for water.
Okay.
I only dowse for precious metals, but I can dowse for anything, basically. I'll show you this, what I have in my hand.
Uh-oh.
This is uranium from Arizona, where I'm from.
Am I supposed to be touching this?
It's okay. It's not processed. It has a little bit of gold in it also. But
does it really?
Because I have that sample, now I can find more.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see what's happening is this sample is talking to the larger amount out there.
Wow. That's incredible.
So gold is talking to gold. Silver is talking to silver. Copper is talking to copper. iron oxides are talking to iron oxides, which relates to gold.
Right.
All those things are communicating. There's all these lines that people don't know about.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So what happens is most dowsers, when they intercept a line,
Mhm.
they dig right there. Oh, it must be right here. But that's not the truth.
Hmm.
They're intercepting the line.
Now, how do you get a direction or know where it might be based upon that? I mean, is that trade secrets that we don't need to know, or I mean, what would tell you if you had something and you're doing this remote dowsing? How are you going to know that it happens to be in this near this beach in Florida?
So I've learned a lot of secrets over 10 years of time for sure. So if I wanted to find more uranium, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I would douse uranium with my dowsing rods. And I'm literally picking up that signal.
Mm-hmm.
I got that signal now. And when I do my circle around that uranium, it's going to have a line where my dowsing rods cross
Okay.
to that larger amount of uranium.
Okay.
And once I go past that uranium, there's no more line.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's only one line because we have two magnetic fields. There's going to be two lines.
Okay.
So now today, if I put that right there and douse that, I'll get one line. I'm not going to tell you the whole story.
Okay. All right. I kind of thought
And
that
I'll
was
get another. I'll get another line.
right.
And depending on how far those lines are apart, depends on how far of a distance my target is.
I see. Okay. Wow. How many years have you been working on this to understand all of that?
About 12 years and about $75,000 of investment of my own money. So I'm from Arizona.
Yeah.
Which I love Arizona for many reasons, but one of the reasons is it's just full of minerals. What a proving ground that is.
Oh, I bet.
So if I don't want to find uranium,
Mm-hmm.
I want to find processed gold. So I can read processed gold or natural gold separately.
Mm-hmm.
You want to find a gold mine, I can find your gold mine. Or I can tell you how much placer gold is out there and where it's at and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say I just want to find processed gold, $20,000 in gold coins that was buried. I could set my instrument up just for that. That's the only thing it'll look for.
Wow.
And it'll take me a line to it. And when I get past it, it won't be there.
So you have to now. Are you would if to find the end of that line? I mean, you may have to travel a ways.
That's true.
Jump in the car or whatever, and
That's not a problem. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe go 50, 60 miles. So I was
You stop every so often, or you're allowed to? Can you douse as you go?
okay. So what I do is number one, I take a compass reading north and south.
Yes. Right. Mm-hmm.
And
Makes
so I'll
sense.
have a target maybe at 30 degrees.
Right.
And so I'll go that direction. I'll look at my map and
Mm-hmm.
see, well, what roads go that direction?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll go that direction. And about every 50 miles, I'll stop and take my
Check
reading.
to make sure that the line continues.
And the line might change a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
because the closer you get to it, it might change.
Right. Right.
But I'll go at a 90 degrees from that, and I'll have a cross section. If you put that on a computer, it'll tell you right where it's at.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's getting really interesting. So I'm trying to help Gypsy here, kind of get with her program. What I need is I need help. No man's an island in this business.
Right.
It don't matter what it is. I've been on Josh Gates' Expeditions Unknown in Florida, and Travel Channel with the Kiefer brothers, and on several YouTube things.
Right.
But it all takes money. You need a sponsor.
Yep.
I really don't have time for all that. I'm getting older.
So am I.
Truthfully, I can take you to places where, let's say, if you have a treasure story on the internet,
Right.
it's 25 miles north of Tucson. That's all you know, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to Tucson and take that reading and tell you, well, let's go home or let's go home. I mean, let's go home or let's go forward.
Right.
Because I can read it that far.
You need to help out the Laginas on Oak Island.
Well, listen,
They've been searching for 10 years.
one of my
15 or 16 actually, but 10 years on the TV show. But
one of my business associates knows the attorney.
oh, really?
I have his phone number, and I've told him, send me a plane ticket, pay my expenses. I'll come up and show you where it's at in about 10 minutes time. And
I can't believe they haven't done it yet.
So I told a production company out of New York, on a Skype interview about 2 years ago. I can find all the gold buried in the world, and I promise you I can.
Wow.
If it's in the ground. If you got a gold ring on, I can probably read you for 500 feet.
Wow.
It's above ground. So I'll give you an example. I have a target I'm going back to Arizona and dig. It's in Phoenix. It's a bomb shelter.
Oh my goodness.
I can't tell you exactly what Navy guy owned this thing, but anyway, I can read that for 50 miles all the way through town. I believe it's Japanese gold bars,
Oh my goodness.
which is another problem, but
Yeah, it would create a new problem in its own.
the
Yep.
spoils of the war.
Right.
Yeah. But
That's
nobody
amazing.
wants to believe what I can do. So I'm here today to give a demonstration.
Oh, okay.
So I can find all these silver coins.
Am I allowed to record that demonstration?
Oh yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
So I can find all the silver coins, no problem at all. I can also find all the aluminum tokens,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody would be mad at me because I can discriminate
Yeah.
to that aluminum.
Right.
But
Wow.
we'll see tomorrow.
Man. So when are you going to do the demonstration? Is that today or tomorrow?
I'm a paid contestant, so I'm going to go do it.
Right. No, I mean, when you, oh, okay. So you're going to do the
mean,
demonstration out there then.
If you just want a per se demonstration where I set out a piece of copper, gold coin, gold nuggets, some jewels, because I can read jewels separately.
Wow.
If you want that demonstration, I can do that anytime. That's not a problem.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I have learned through my historical research how the Spanish used to do it. Now, if you think about it, the Spanish found all the minerals, precious minerals in this United States, all over the world. Now, how did they do that? You think they came in by hundreds of thousands of people and went out there and searched and searched and searched?
No, probably not.
No, they did not. It was done by dowsing.
Wow.
So I found their technique of dowsing. So now I have 3 different ways of dowsing. One, I'll witness dowsing and find your wife.
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
I don't want to find your ex-wife.
No, we don't want to.
I know where she is. She's good right there.
I can tell you which direction she is.
All right. Well, yeah. If she's getting closer, let me know.
Yeah.
No,
That's a good one. I have a few ex-wives. Yeah.
so people, you can find people.
Well, that's witness dowsing. So I don't
Yeah.
give that. I'm a religious person.
So am I.
Okay, so I don't know what that part of science is, if you want to call it science. When I ask for the direction of your wife by name,
Mhm.
and it says that direction, and you confirm that, yeah, that's towards Chicago, that's where she's at, or whatever it is.
Right.
I don't want to rely on that as much as I do on my instruments,
Right.
because my instruments don't lie.
Wow.
Uh,
This is amazing. It really truly is. Wow. Gypsy had Dennis come over here and join us, and I'm glad because I had no idea.
so yesterday I made a huge discovery.
Uh-oh.
So I'll have to check my facts about what I'm going to say.
Okay.
But I think it was the Aztec ruler way back when.
Oh, really?
He didn't like his daughter-in-law. He told her, take all your relatives and all the stuff in the treasury and go across the Rio Grande and never come back. And she did. 50,000 people.
Wow.
Written in history. I found out yesterday where they went.
Really?
I can't tell you how much money that is. I can't tell you how much of a historical fact that is. But I almost called the Texas Historical Commissioner's office today because I have friends down there.
Wow.
But I want to talk to Gypsy first about how we should proceed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to promote her because she's wanting to promote me, and we're friends, and I like her a lot, and she's been trying hard.
She's wonderful.
Yeah,
she absolutely
yeah, that's
is.
right. That's exactly right.
I met her through watching, and I started going through the TV show, the Beyond Oak Island TV show.
Yeah.
I asked her to come on. She came on. Her and Donna McCauley both came on the show. I got to meet Gypsy, and then over the last, many months since then, her and I become close. We just finally met today in person.
Oh, great.
But I've had her on the show, 3 times now. She's
Oh, yeah.
come on the show with me. But, good people. I said that earlier to everybody that's watching. I said, she has a heart of gold. She really does.
That's very, very true. She's that way, and she's she tries very hard. She's very
Mhm.
sincere and very honest. So
Yep.
I'm glad she has Garrett as a sponsor or whatever she has going on, because she needs a little help.
Yep.
So we're trying to move forward with Discover Your History Channel or something here to see what's going on. And
Wow, that's
I
fantastic.
can't do this by myself. I'm up in age. I have kids that can do all the internet stuff. They're all busy. They got their own things going on.
Yep,
you
me
know?
too.
Yeah. So, no man's an island. You need to move forward with a team. So we're trying to put together a team, basically. That's what it's all about.
Well, you're starting good with Gypsy, I
I
tell you.
think so, yeah.
Yeah. Have you known her long? I think I asked you this earlier, but
let me think about this. The first time I met her was in Llano at the metal detecting convention up there.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Hmm.
And we've communicated ever since. I gave her a demonstration of what I can do and all that kind of stuff. And I have some things to give to her today. If she'll pursue that and do the research, then she can do a very well successful treasure hunter for about $20,000 in gold coins. Yeah,
That's fantastic. That truly is, folks. I'm amazed here.
I just don't have time to do all the legal work, the research, and everybody. It's all private property here in Texas. That's a problem.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in Arizona, you got BLM property, you got national forest property,
Right.
and you can pull permits to do all that kind of stuff. I
Right.
have mining properties in Arizona, and I'm having fun in Arizona because, like I said, there's a lot of minerals, and I can eliminate all those minerals, and that's very, very important.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, absolutely.
If I want to find a mineral, I want to find the processed gold. If I'm looking for processed gold,
Right. Well, like you said, that uranium's got gold in it.
yeah, it's got a little bit of gold in it, but I'm more interested in the uranium.
Right.
But we'll see. Just one of the minerals I have. I have many, many minerals, but I can eliminate that and we'll find it.
That's amazing. I'm really intrigued about this. I truly am. And like I said, I had this demonstrated to me about finding certain things using the dowsing rods. Dan Blankenship on Oak Island, when he dug 10X, and I don't know if you know anything about Oak Island, but when he dug 10X back in late 60s, early 70s, when he found 10X, he found it by using dowsing rods, and he knew that there was an open cavity some 200 feet underground. He knew that so much so that he went through all the time and the expense to put down those he took railroad cars, the tankers, cut off both ends and used that to make his thing. And he went through all that expense, and he knew because of the dowsing that there was a chamber down there.
So that was basically witness dowsing.
Okay. Is that
so
what you call? Okay, you call it
that's
witness.
where you ask if you can douse today, and if your rods cross, you get an answer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If they don't cross, you can't douse today.
That's interesting.
I think it's more spiritual, or I'm trying to find the right words for that because I don't quite understand it. I do know that it works. I'll give you an example. I go deer hunting up in the Comanche Wilderness in Oklahoma every year with my family, and I set all my kids down, 7 of them. I said, "You want to find the biggest deer?" Oh yeah, everybody wants to find the biggest buck.
Yeah.
Right? So I said, "Well, I'll douse the biggest buck deer." So I had that target, and I said, "Well, it's 7:00 in the evening, and he's over here." Then I doused it all during the day, and that deer actually did a full circle and was back there at 7:00. Now I know it works to a certain extent. I'm just not so sure where the power is coming from on witness dowsing.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I don't know that we could know, but the fact that it's working. And I think that's going to take a special person to be able to do something like that. You have to be in tune with what you're doing somehow, whatever that means by being in tune with it. It was something I kind of talked about this a little bit, previously on my show, about how over time humans have become less and less in tune with nature, with this planet.
That's true.
And this right here is one of the reasons.
That's exactly right.
Our modern technology has dumbed us down to a degree. And if we could find ways to retune ourselves with nature and this planet, and some people I think they just already still have that ability built into them. And it sounds like you might be one of them.
I don't want to brag or get the big head about anything.
Right. I understand that.
I'm very humble. I agree with you to a certain extent, for sure. It's really hard to say. I believe that maybe this is just my thought. Maybe we have to be in tune with our creator
Yes.
because that's where all the energy source comes from.
Yes.
And if you're not in tune, you're not going to get the right answer. Maybe.
Yep.
I don't know. There is satanic things in this world. I do.
Oh, absolutely. I do too. Yep.
So, who are you calling upon to help you?
Yep.
I think
my sister warns me about that all the time because her and I are both Christians. So
I pray about what I'm doing.
Right.
And I can tell you this much: I was treasure hunting in Oklahoma for it's called Pine Knot Crossing. It's written in history, where they lost a bunch of gold in a wagon train stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to be in a cave. And so I doused it from about 40 miles away and got the target. And actually, I got 2 targets. So I went to this one target, and I made the mistake. Now I've got the expertise to where I can tell you this is a small target, this is a large target, this is closer, and this is farther away.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to this one target, which was closer, smaller target, didn't know it at the time, and we dug it up. From 40 miles away, we dug down about 2 foot, and we got this rock. Well, that wasn't what we were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked that rock up, and my friend who was helping me dig there, he had a gold ring on it. I said, Larry, put this rock in your right hand. And so I doused that rock, and my rods crossed. I doused his gold rings, and the rings crossed.
Mm-hmm.
I said, put this bottle of water on top of your gold ring, and my rods crossed. Now, before I got up off my knees digging this target,
Right.
I said, the good Lord's always, and I stopped. And the thought came to me about that bottle of water. I said, put that bottle of water on that rock, and it would not read no more. That's a secret.
So what is that telling you? That you're not supposed to look there? That you're not to find that? I mean, I'm not sure if I understand exactly what that.
No,
So,
I use water. That's all I can tell you right now.
okay. All right. Oh, that's the secret. Okay. I got it now. All right. Yeah. That's
one of the processes of elimination.
right. Wow.
Yep.
Man, this subject, I can't imagine how deep this.
Well, I can go much deeper.
Well, I understand, but you've got secrets to maintain as well. But man,
Yeah,
I that's incredible. That truly is. I had no idea, to be honest.
So I'm having a lot of fun in Arizona right now.
I'll bet.
I've got many targets already identified, been on top of them. I'm looking for some financial help, which would be legal and to cover expenses and move forward. So that's where I'm at, including the fleet of 1715, which is about $2 billion. I've been right on top of it.
Wow. Well, it seems like it might help to, like you said, hooking up with Gypsy and maybe go out and find one of these targets where you can then use some funding. That you'll get your funding to help you go to the next level.
So I'm gonna give her a small one today before I leave.
Wow. Okay.
And I can tell you basically the story, but not the location.
Right.
So it was a train robbery of $20,000 in gold coins. I hadn't even told her yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's getting ready.
I can't wait to hear about it. It's for taller people, not short people like me.
Pause for a minute.
All right,
Yeah.
we have people coming in from now till time we eat. But I just wanted to give everybody an opportunity to be able to meet each other, kind of get situated. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be serving the food on this table in just a little bit, not till about 6. And these 3 tables right here, I just kind of wanted to keep you all together so we could get to meet. And I just first of all wanted to thank every one of you for being here. I really appreciate you all. I know a lot of you, I'm meeting you for the first time face to face. Some of you I've seen at other hunts. Some of you I've known for a long time. People that I've known for a long time, we've got Larry Vickers here. I know Bobby over there for quite a long time. Probably the longest, I've got 2 friends here that I've known for a very, very long time. Number one, I don't know where she is, but I've known her since junior high, and her brother happens to work at this camp. And I came with these guys here from Austin before to help here at the Lions Camp with the handicapped children. And that's how I learned about the camp. And then I had a property that I was trying to get rock quarry out there. So they hand get these rocks.
100%.
And so you know there's got to be natural finds out there. I also got wind there's an old dump out there. And Herbie and I have been dump digging together along with some of my other friends here. I know that love dump digging. And most of you know that there are many treasures to be found in dumps. Some stuff that is thrown away, just like what we throw away today in our trash cans, could be considered treasure one day. Something that could end up being collectible or very valuable someday. It may not be valuable to us now. But then there's also those stuff that gets thrown away accidentally. I've had so many times where you're cleaning and you're not paying attention and you accidentally sweep coins or that kind of stuff. Rings are another one of those things, lots of jewelry that gets thrown away, even after someone's deceased or something and they're cleaning stuff out and they accidentally throw stuff away that they didn't know that was there. So those are the cool things that you can find in dumps as well. So if any of you are ever interested in dumping, be sure, and you can also watch my YouTube channel if you don't already, and you'll know all about dump digging. There's some valuable bottles out there, all kinds of fun stuff, right? But I wanted to introduce a few more people here. First off, if you haven't met my helpers today, we've got Shauna over here at registration table. We've got Raffles over there as well. And then we've got my buddy Margie right here. She's helping out with the little prizes. Y'all will have a chance tomorrow to do that again. I know some lucky person just went up there and shot out 6 tokens. And she got to dig in there and pick out something good. I don't know what she got. But some people have all the luck. I've never been lucky that way. I have to work really hard for what I do find. I know that some of us, the beginner's luck people, I don't know where Zola is, but she's one of those beginner luck. Marley is, I'm telling you, there's some people that I know that have gotten in this hobby and they have what's called the beginner's luck. And I wasn't one of those beginner's luck people. I had to work really, really hard, but then occasionally I get my coil just happens to go over the right spot at the right time when you dig it up and you're like, woo, you got that heart pounding and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I don't know where she is, but she's putting out there, putting up signs. Yeah, she's putting up signs now. So sorry we tried to get those out earlier. We had lost some of the signage and it's been found. So I know some of you may have gotten lost. I apologize. But hey, some of you are here already, and I know we got more people coming in. But today, I wanted to welcome my buddy Jeff, who has a podcast. And so he is filming right now. He's doing a live podcast. And y'all be sure to check him out. Now, how I met Jeff is I got asked to be a guest on his show after I was on Beyond Oak Island, and on some of those episodes, most of y'all know I've done 3 episodes of Beyond Oak Island, and that's how I met Jeff. And then Jeff got bit by the bug, like most of us have all gotten bit by the bug. So I said, "Hey, Gypsy, can you hook me up with a metal detector?" And so he got his first metal detector. This is his first hunt to ever come to. I know, how many of you have, this is your very first metal detecting hunt to ever come to? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now I know we got some strikers. 5. Okay, Larry. So Larry and I were part of, he's was part of the Austin Club for a while, and I met Larry through a metal detecting club that I started in Smithville. So he helped me out with his knowledge, with how to, do metal detecting clubs and metal detecting hunts and all that with all the knowledge that he's been doing this hobby for a long time. Now, back to Jeff here. Jeff just got started metal detecting, and I was so excited to hear he was coming to not only meet new people, meet people that have been in the hobby before, but meet people, broadcast the show, and have awesome hosts on there. So he would like anybody that's been metal detecting or treasure hunting for any amount of time to come be. He's got cameras set up here, and Dennis, I had a demonstration from Dennis. He does something a little different. And y'all need to get to know Dennis because he has something special where he also uses dowsing rods, but something special that nobody has here. I know that nobody has here. And it's amazing what he can do and find and what he has found. So y'all need to come talk to Dennis and get to know him as well. He's been over here being interviewed. So I just wanted to welcome you all. I want to ask, I know some of you came from way far and drove a long way. So I'm trying to get an idea of who drove or traveled the farthest. Arizona. Okay, I wonder how many miles. How many did you drive or fly? You drove. Okay, roll in that box and we got a special prize. Yes, grab your prize.
I still like that.
All right, everybody's put their hand. Awesome. I just want to thank everyone that I know that has traveled a long ways. So I also happen to know Jeff has traveled a long ways. He was in Florida not too long ago at a Florida hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing I know, Texas for your hunt. So y'all know that was a water drive too.
I'm from Michigan, actually.
He's from Michigan.
Some interesting things.
Well, I got mine too. I got my prize.
Me from Victoria. Victoria is another friend that I've met through this hobby, metal detecting. Now she lives. Tell where you live now, Pete?
I live in North Carolina.
North Carolina. And let me tell you, I'm so jealous of some of those finds she finds. I see her post on Facebook, and she'll post these amazing finds. The other day, she posted U.S. belt buckle, right? And some amazing Civil War buttons and all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm really jealous of where some of the stuff that she's found. She's traveled real far. Anybody else?
What?
Where are you from? Is there any?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Oh, it's a ride. You too.
In
What's
Pennsylvania, North
you
Texas.
lived in before? You just
In Pennsylvania, North Texas.
I'm sorry?
Where were you originally living before you moved back to Texas?
Well, I was from Orlando, Florida, but I moved to Dallas for many, many years.
Okay, awesome. There's some people grabbing another prize over there in a minute as well. If you have not pulled the little game thing here, just let me explain. I bought a real casino machine. It's in the back of my car. And it was working when I bought it, and now the buttons, my dad opened it up, he's gonna have to get schematics and see if he can get it working. So I went and grabbed this little small miniature, whatever. But it's still fun. We've got some door prizes to give away in a little bit too. Every one of you that has pre-registered, if you have not registered, you come over there and see Shauna, and she will direct you. And inside her little pouch, or if she gave you a ticket, there should be a ticket.
Blue ticket.
A blue ticket. Those are for the door prizes. So make sure you have a blue ticket. Jeff, did you get a blue ticket?
Not yet. I'll get mine.
So everyone, make sure before, after dinner is when we'll draw for those door prizes. Make sure you have a blue ticket for the door prizes. Also, we will be drawing for the raffles at the very end of the month on Saturday. And we've got the raffles.
That's why I want to win that Garrett pinpointer.
That's surprising.
Oh, yeah.
Layout. There is a Garrett Pro.
I got one that's on the blink.
And
Yeah.
there is
You need to win it too.
Well, I can find all the aluminum tokens.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't want to find them all. I don't make everybody mad.
I need all of y'all to be careful. Let me tell you a little bit about Keith real quick.
That's the only thing I like to use. The only thing I like to use, I got a chain I put on it.
So Keith knows.
I got to go down 3 feet. I'll just drop it down there, you know.
I had bought a bounty hunter. Oh, well, actually, it was not even.
Most treasures
So I had bought.
are very, very deep unless they're Spanish. They had slave labor.
There's a registration table right
They
there.
put the gold on the bottom and covered up with dirt 2 or 3 feet, and then put the silver on top. So if you found the silver, you'd
I
go on.
bought a Radio Shack.
Yep, makes sense. I've
I've
heard of that before.
24 years ago, over 24 years ago. And I went out to Dallas.
But if it's underwater, it's a ship. That's so easy for me. Oh my goodness.
And I found a key and a few odds and ends enough to pique my interest. Oh, this is fun. I would love to do this. So my parents were living up there where Keith lives, and he had a metal detecting store there in Gilbert, Texas. Well, they said, hey, you need to go check this out. There's a metal detecting store right up the road from us. Next time you come visit, go check it out. So I went and visited with Keith, walked in, and I found out my machine doesn't work too great on the beach. And all kinds of other
So I got 2
stuff.
rocks I'll show
I
you
will
later.
say,
They're about this
I
big.
did my first ring with that
I
radio
found
shack,
those from
so-
2 miles away.
Like that.
Took them and had them assayed.
Then
They're
I went
10
to
ounces
see
per ton.
Linda
That's
buy
$20,000
her
a ton.
first Garrett metal detector.
They came from uphill, so I got to go back and go uphill. But for me to find those rocks that size, which I'll show you, out of billions of rocks, my friend, and go right to it, I'm a dangerous guy. And I tell people, if you tell me about your story 20 miles south of Pennsylvania or whatever, you know, all I got to do is go there. You done told me too much. Really. But I need the financing and the backing to do that.
That's how,
Mhm.
maybe.
But I'm a Marine Camp Lejeune recipient, and I've got a lot of money coming in pretty soon.
There you
It's
go.
already starting to pay me.
And after that, it just kind of snowballed from there, and then.
But it's no fun doing things by yourself.
Years later, I was on the
No.
Garrett field team.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm proud to be a Garrett, metal detectors field team, made right in Garland, Texas. In Texas, so Made in America. I love them. They've been amazing to me and sent me different places. And they also sent a metal detector.
So I gave her a demonstration of what I can do
do
in Dallas in a city park.
Wow.
Wow.
I can't wait to see this.
Prizes out yet. Those will be out tomorrow, so y'all can see what you want to win and find that token that matches that prize. Hopefully you will. But anyway, y'all be sure and come meet these guys. Get a chance to be on his podcast. We've been running throughout the night. And what time is it right now?
Wow, how long is your podcast going to
I'm going to let it run for a while yet.
be? Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay. We still have a minute. How many of you getting hungry yet? None of you are hungry. Okay. We'll have to eat a little early, and then that way we can do some more little fun stuff later. But I wanted to give everybody a chance. If you have not pulled the little fun game thing up here, go ahead and make sure you come do that, get a prize. And then, we'll start setting up the food. The way we're gonna do that is we're gonna set the food up over here. And we've got more than enough food, I think, for everybody. And then they're gonna come serve you, and then there should be plenty to come back for seconds. And we got some cookies and some little, stuff for that. Y'all be sure and
Just walk that way.
yeah, and then these 3 tables right here is where you can sit and eat. We roped off the others because because that's more area we would have to clean after, and we're trying to not clean it ourselves.
There's only like 5 of us, so you can try to eat the whole thing. I get it.
All right. Well, thanks again, and I'll be yapping throughout the evening, but I will just stop now, come by if I haven't got a chance to visit with you and come visit. Also, I did bring some autograph cards. If you want
She's
me
a
to
good
autograph,
PR person.
I know usually I've got people also want me to autograph their metal detector. Do that tomorrow too.
Present yourself real well, has the looks for it and everything.
Just let me know.
Yep,
That's why
I
I really
agree.
wanted to go with her. I mean,
All right. I did autograph it. Okay. Oh, yeah, so she wasn't in here a while ago when I was talking about beginner's luck. So,
I'm not a beginner anymore. You can't say that.
well, when you were a beginner, when you were a beginner, so, I guess she watched a few of my YouTube videos, and she had moved, or I moved to the, Austin area, but she lived not too far from me, and we met up one day, and went metal detecting, and then she had just bought an Apex, not long after that, and she ended up, her first time out with the Apex, me and my buddy Scott and her, and she finds a Walking Liberty $50, first time. A Walking Liberty $50, silver $50. First time with the Apex. Then she bought a Garrett 18 Max, and her boyfriend said, "Hey, I know a great place for you to come try it out in the water." And so he told you where some kayak place on the river. You can tell them where that is.
It's somewhere around here. It's
Not too far from here,
not
right?
too far from here. Like Sistertown, maybe?
Okay.
It's
And
where kayaks go in and out and out and out.
I'm gonna tell them a little about that, but that.
There's not much more.
Well, we were there like 5 minutes, and I found a 24-karat gold ring.
Wow.
Laos.
Wow.
From Laos. A whole ring. It was solid, and it is 12 ounces. And then tell them the rest of that story. The rest jeweler, and then Garrett. Tell them the rest of that. Oh, yeah. And then on the Garrett, they would find it a month, I guess, for spinning it. Had a jeweler look at it because it was really banged up, because 24-karat gold, of course, is really, really soft. And it was really banged up, really fake. And I kept looking at it. Actually, when I pulled it out of the water, it silver. It didn't look gold at all. And then I started cleaning it off, and the gold started coming through. And then the jeweler said it was real. And 12.5 ounces of gold, that's pretty sure much. It's been on the safe. She tried to buy it for $600. So I'm not going to sell it. I just wanted you to verify it was real. Thanks. So, great, 100%, great fun.
Hey, was that the one you showed, did you have that at FHA last year?
Is that with me? Maybe.
Was that the one?
It has like a
Gypsy
big,
showed?
it has the two-headed elephant.
Yeah.
The elephant god of Laos. It used to, one of my son's friends is super intelligent. And he actually looked at it right away and said, oh, yeah, that's the elephant god that used to be on the flag of Laos. Ganesh. But they changed the flag in the last several years or something, but it used to be on the flag. It's like a two-headed elephant. It's really cool. She didn't know how old it was. It didn't have like it says, it doesn't say 24K, it says 999.99.
Wow.
And it didn't have, and at the time, I had no idea what that was. I thought it was like more than sterling. More than
So you showed the picture of it, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Now I remember. You said the 999.
Yeah, she didn't know how old it was. I work in the IT field with, there's a lot of Indians in the IT field. I sent all the guys that work with over California. And to ask them, I was like, you recognize this? And they all recognize it, but
they couldn't tell you how old it was. And it didn't have like, a long time ago, they used to put animals, like instead of writing like James Avery or, whatever, jeweler in other countries, they would say an animal. And that would tell them who made it, which jeweler made it. There's not a lot of it.
Good question. I don't know if you can detect that with a metal detector or not.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Have to try it.
yeah, yeah. We'll have to give it a shot and see if it works.
So how do you discriminate between uranium and gold? There's a little bit of gold in it.
Now, uranium is
Probably the more prominent one.
right,
Yeah.
but would it come up as a non-ferrous?
Okay. Okay.
So would the uranium come up as a non-ferrous? Is that a non-ferrous metal? I'm not sure.
Oh, well, you asked a good question. I really don't
I'm
have
not a
that answer.
metallurgist, so
Wow.
I'm not sure.
No, I could ask my metallurgist if it was or not.
That's interesting.
Wow.
But we're not sure.
We'll take a metal detector
and
across
we can find out if
Yeah.
it comes up. Yeah.
But I've been told it's got a little bit of gold in it, and I've seen the gold under the microscope.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's enough for a metal detector to detect the gold.
So if it hits on that, it'll be hitting on the uranium then. We'll find out for you, Kat. We'll let you know.
Usually a Geiger counter.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm I'm not getting radiation from this.
So I know we're. Well, I've been told where quite a bit of it is in Williams, Arizona. That's west of Flagstaff. So
Mhm.
I'm going to go there and check that out.
Wow.
Got some contacts there.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, this is something. And somebody was saying, I want to watch this man work with the rods.
Oh yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
You'll see. I don't hold my rods like most dowsers. Most dowsers will hold their rod very level,
Mm-hmm.
and so you can manipulate them to cross.
Right.
I hold my rods down. You'll see the difference.
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
they'll
the
cross.
weight of them is going to want them have them pointing downward.
Exactly.
Then if they do cross, it's hard. It's harder for you to manipulate it that way.
I can't do that. No.
Interesting.
And the interesting thing now with me is, since I've been doing it so long, is I can feel the target coming before I ever get to it.
I'll bet.
I don't know what that is. Actually, I can put my rods down and use my hands and still feel
Really?
something when I get close to it. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's something another man taught me how to do.
Right.
You have to kind of clear your mind. It's kind of like witness dowsing, but it's not. It's hard to explain. I can feel the target coming. I'll tell you, here it comes, and then there it is.
Wow.
So
That's amazing.
yeah,
That truly is. I can't wait to see this in practice a little bit tomorrow.
yeah. But we'll set out a gold coin. We'll set out some gold nuggets. We'll set out a silver coin. We'll set out some diamonds. We'll set out some copper. I can set out more things, but I can discriminate all those from one another.
Right.
So when I set my instrument for processed gold, that's a new energy source that's been processed.
Okay. So it's different than geological gold,
Right.
natural gold.
That was a different temperature, probably.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only thing I
Yep.
can think of. So it will read. I back up. I have read some natural gold because it was so pure that it read. Very rare. Very rare.
Very cool.
So then I can set it for just natural gold. It won't read the gold coin anymore.
Mhm.
Won't read none of that. It won't read anything else, of course. And I can set it for just silver, and it won't read anything but the silver. Same way with the jewels. It'll only read the jewels.
Mhm.
Many other things. So I have many different minerals I have brought with me that I could actually search for, because this uranium deposit has energy, right?
I would think so. Yeah.
So your shoes have energy.
To a degree. Yeah.
It's a material.
Right.
So I could find another pair of shoes.
I'm about due. You know, I mean, these are getting kind of worn out. So, you know, maybe.
But basically that's how it goes.
Yeah, down at the store for about $89.99. I could.
I don't know if I could find the cheapest pair.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I won't say where I got these, but I had to run and chase that guy for a long time. So,
But there is certain things that apply that nobody knows, but I know. Different colors block out everything except for diamonds.
Now, have you met other people that do this like you do? Or did you have like a mentor, somebody that was helping to
So-
teach you?
My instrument, I'm the co-inventor.
Okay.
There's an inventor, but he don't know what I know. He thinks he knows it all, but I've taken it many, many steps beyond
Wow.
what he knows. And I can't tell him anything, so that's basically his problem. But
Yeah.
I can tell you this much. If I'm having problem trying to find a $20 gold bill because it has gold stamp on it,
Mhm.
a small amount of gold, let's say you put it over their block, I can find that $20 gold,
Wow.
$20 coin because it has enough gold on it.
Right.
But if I'm having a hard time finding it, I don't know what he does, but he goes out in his garage and throws a switch and he says, "Okay, Dennis," and I can find it because my signal is 10 times stronger. Then he'll turn it off. It's really funny because he did that for me one time. I called him and said, "Turn it on. I'm having a hard time finding this target." Then I talked to him 2 weeks later and he says, "Well, how'd it go?" I said, "What do you mean it's still going?" He said, "Oh no, I turned it off 2 weeks ago." I said, "I'm sorry, but it's still working."
Wow.
So I don't know what he has invented, but that's only one instrument that I have. The other thing is the Spanish secrets that I have.
Mhm.
The other thing is the witness dowsing. So
Wow.
if all three things confer what I'm looking for, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That truly is.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, I'm really intrigued by this. But like I said, I had, a little bit of exposure to dowsing before, through my family, and but usually it usually came about when somebody was looking for a well, some place to dig a well, and that was it. It didn't have anything to do with finding minerals or gold or anything else in the ground. It was for basically finding where to dig a well for a homestead.
The biggest mistake dowsers make is they will find that line that I'm talking about,
Uh-huh.
and they will say it's right here, and they'll dig and they won't find anything.
Right.
That's the line. That's not the end of the target.
Right. You got to get to the end of the target.
That's a big secret right there.
Yep.
My rods won't turn over any metal. My rods only turn over gold, precious metals. I've developed that. That's important. I won't find a pipe in the ground.
Right.
Now I can find a pipe in the ground if I do certain things, and I can't find water. I can say I can't find water. I've never really tried to find water.
You probably could if you really set up to it
I really
to do
don't
that.
want
Yeah.
to. I mean, maybe
Because then you'll be out looking out for everybody's wells.
Yeah. I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah. Man, oh man, this is really incredible. I want to see this in practice, and I'm gonna videotape. I doubt we'll be live when this happens, so I'm gonna make sure that I get it recorded in video, and then I'll show you guys later. I'll definitely have it up there for everyone.
So the reason I want to give this interview or talk to you about what I can do in my abilities is the fact that everybody knows something.
Mhm.
Somebody knows something, whether their grandfather told them or a friend told them about something was buried here or there,
Mhm.
and I can dadgum sure find it. So I don't have to have any legal work per se. You're ready to do the deal. You call me. I want an equal share, and we'll go do it.
Mhm.
So I don't have to advertise for somebody.
Right,
I don't
right.
have to have legal work done or anything like that. That's the reason why I want to go public. Many people ask me, well, why would you want to go public about what you got? That's basically the only reason.
Right.
I have many, many treasure stories and targets identified and ready to recover, and that's just going to promote my abilities, which I want to do.
Right. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm very intrigued. I want to see this. So we'll have to make sure we can figure out a way to help you out. This will be out on YouTube for a long time, so forever. Yeah. I mean, it's live now, but it'll stay out on YouTube. So we can people will see it as they go along. Maybe you got your phone number right there. So
Oh, I never even thought about that. So
I just noticed that. I'm thinking, there's your phone number.
So when I was on Josh Gates' expeditions, I know they wouldn't even let me wear my veteran's hat.
See what? Oh, see, I'm a veteran. I was. Yeah. Oh, what did you get?
What is it?
Oh, it's a case to put your fines in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a little plastic case. You put all the things you find in it, bullets and all different types of things. You see, that's an awesome find.
So we ought to do a follow-up after tomorrow because
Yes, we
I'll
should.
find a lot of aluminum tokens because I can identify the aluminum tokens separate from all the silver tokens
Right.
or silver coins, and we'll see how much I find.
All right, sounds good. I want to do that.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you very much, Dennis. I appreciate it.
Me too. Appreciate you meeting me.
Meeting you. Yes. Have a good one.
Take care.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Neal. I tell you what, that was really interesting. If this dowsing that he's talking about, if this really, and I can't doubt the man. I mean, I just met him. This is the first you guys heard about this exactly at the first that I heard about it. I knew dowsing exists. I've been around people who have been dowsing, but like I said, they're usually looking for a well or a body of water of some sort. Not this kind of thing. This is truly interesting. I'm intrigued. I mean, everybody that's out doing metal detecting and treasure hunting to a degree wants to find treasure, right? I mean, I think everything's a treasure that I find, just about everything. Yes, I found pull tabs and things like that, but I mean, William, I'll have to ask him that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll have to ask him if weather affects it. I would think that it does to some degree. I'm actually looking for this one guy to look over this way so I can get his attention, have him come sit down and talk to us. He has also got a podcast or a YouTube channel. I don't know exactly. Him and I were talking a little bit earlier today, but I want to have him come over and talk with us a little bit too. But man, I'm really intrigued. I want to see this thing work. If he's going to work with Gypsy on this, hopefully we'll keep you all involved in this as well. He said he wanted to keep in touch with me about it, so I'm really interested to see. Really interested to see what he has to offer here, because everybody wants to find treasure, right? And if he can help you find it or know where to actually go look and start detecting, you're ahead of the game for sure.
Another token for you to try.
Oh, all right, good deal. Hey, get his attention right there. The I support Action 5. Lawrence. Yeah, okay. I want to get to him up here to talk with us for a few minutes. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? I don't know, possibly. All right, here he comes.
Hey, it's hard
How you
to get
doing?
up on there.
I
Hey,
know.
Jeff, how you doing?
Good.
What are we doing here?
Oh, we can have a little chat with everybody here.
Oh, all right. That sounds good.
There you go. And then we'll get you a microphone. All right. So who do we got?
Is this a lollipop?
Yeah. So who do we got here? Larry? You go by Larry or Lawrence?
I go by Larry, but Lawrence on Facebook. So
Okay,
the old, that's what it goes.
So is this your site? Action 5?
Yeah, Action 5 with a capital A.
Okay.
It's that, and then I've got TikTok,
Okay.
which is Action 5 YouTube, and then on Facebook Reels,
Mhm.
it's my first and last name, which
Okay.
is Lawrence, Lawrence, and the last name of Daigle, Daigle.
Okay. Yep. We just became friends on Facebook
Yes,
just
we
a little
did.
while ago after I met you. Tell me a little bit about your YouTube channel and everything that you got
Well,
going.
Basically, I could not figure out a niche market.
Okay.
Okay, so I decided to do outdoor adventures. So
Mhm.
consequently, with outdoor adventures, anything goes, which made my life a lot easier.
Mhm.
Okay, so I do everything from bass fishing, kayaking,
Nice.
skiing, hot air ballooning, gold mines, coal mines, anything out there that you can possibly do. I like doing within reason, obviously,
Right.
because I want to get to my next birthday. At 70 years old, I'm not as either fast to get out of the way
Yeah.
or I'm going to get injured or what have you.
Right.
But I like to tell a story when I shoot pictures. And the problem being is a lot of times, you see people when they travel 3, 4, 5 pictures, and that's it. So you went to a week in Puerto Rico and that's all you have to say.
Yeah, exactly.
So my problem is when on my channels is I talk way too much on the videos and I shoot a ton of pictures.
Mhm.
So, but it's all about having fun and sharing that if people haven't been there, maybe they want to go, maybe they
Right.
want to try it. So that's what it's all about,
Absolutely.
is having a blast that way.
Right.
So I've been doing this now 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So having a good time, and Tenetics just gave me a chance to test
Tenetics.
product with Fisher. Genetics and Fisher.
Okay.
I got to try out a new pinpointer at Dig Stock last week.
Really?
And I love it. I've been having a blast with that pinpointer. I like it because it's like when you get in the hole, it starts beeping, then it beep, 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 beep. Where the carrot is more of a right on top of it. It's quiet until, so kind of gives you a little option there. So, but it's also nice to have a backup piece.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Russ from Tenetics gave me that from Fisher, and I'm loving it
Wow.
so far. And that was my first time.
Am I going to get to check that out tomorrow?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
you
that's
can definitely give that a shot. I can't see why you can't. And
Yeah.
we look pretty good on that. There.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm glad I went and got a haircut this morning.
I did. I got a haircut
Did
the
you?
other
Yeah,
day.
I
Well,
did.
you can't see it, but
I went into
I
some
trimmed
shop
up.
and I'm like, I look pretty good now. I told them it was a miracle with what they could do with it. So,
cost you extra, right?
oh my God, yes. But want to definitely say hello to everybody out there. You may not know Action 5 and where I'm about. I'm from Pennsylvania,
Oh, whereabouts?
York, PA.
Okay.
We're noted for the Harley Davidson big dealership there in York.
Okay.
And also in York, PA, we have 2 signers of the Declaration of Independence that are buried there.
Oh,
We also have probably 15 or 20 of the ones that dealt with the Articles of Confederation.
oh wow.
Articles, ratification, well, whatever it is.
Okay.
But we've got all that. And it's an interesting town. And now York, PA was capital of the United States for one day.
Really?
Yes, sir. One day before they moved it, I think, to Philly and then down to wherever it's at in D.C. now. Wherever all that crap's going on.
Now, York is close to Philadelphia, isn't it?
Yeah, we're basically 90 miles.
Okay.
We're
That's what I thought.
basically we're like 2.5 to 3 from Pittsburgh, hour and a half from Philly, and an hour north of Baltimore.
Okay.
So that's where it's really at there.
Yep.
And yeah,
Well, that's great. So Action 5.
yes, sir.
All right. So we'll have to check that out. Outdoor Adventures.
Outdoor
Now,
adventures.
when I'm looking on YouTube, can I just put in Action 5 and
You
it's
should
up?
just be able to put in Action 5. And what you'll see the my profile picture is the back of my car that says subscribe to Action 5,
Okay.
but it's going to be capital A with the number 5 and no spaces.
Okay.
Okay. YouTube is Action 5 YouTuber,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. And then TikTok is my Reels is my Facebook name, which is my first and last name. And that right now is where I'm knocking the heck out of putting the videos out there. You know, I fun. I just have a blast.
That's
It's
what I've
just
been. I
enjoy-
have
it's just-
too.
You can't help it.
I know. We were talking about that earlier, and I started podcasting a couple of years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, and I absolutely love it. And one of the greatest things for me is not only is the travel, like you mentioned, but being able to meet people and share stories, like meeting you here today and sharing stories.
Well,
I mean, this is the greatest part of it.
Yeah, and you just had Gypsy up earlier. You just had Dennis on, and I got
Yeah.
to meet him earlier. That's what happens when you come early and there's nobody here. So I had him to chat with for about an hour and a half. Oh my God, the man is full of information.
He is, I know, and he gave us a bunch right here on the show tonight.
He's good. That's what you want.
Yep.
So that really good, and that's who's on there now. Okay.
Yeah. So there's still, we were down about a few people. There's a few people
That's okay.
watching from over on Facebook also, but
Well,
it's a long podcast. I told people they're going to have to sit here for a long time to watch some of this.
Yeah.
There's more folks coming in the door now
Oh,
still.
that's excellent. Well, the best part about the best part about a YouTube channel and TikTok is the fact that you got to realize where you're at, what you're against.
Mhm.
I'm not pretty.
Yeah.
I'm 70.
Yeah.
You're definitely not going to catch me in a bikini. So obviously the view count is not going to go up.
Yeah, I just don't have it going on like some of the young folks out there. Yeah, but that's okay. My demographic I found is about 45 to 75. So, I'm happy with that. I'm good.
And
I'm
you're
good with
right. That same demographic is about my ballpark. My
Mhm.
percentage is the men to female is almost within 3 percentage points is the same.
it. Wow. Yeah.
So that's really interesting, in what it is. And with this hobby and the hobby you're doing, people that aren't doing what they want to do, they need to do it now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Make the life
Yes.
changes, Jeff,
Yep.
because that's what keeps you and I looking so cute and lovable.
Well, and I've talked to everyone knows, when I first started doing my regulars, and most of the people that are in here right now are regulars. They hang out and listen to me gab, and they love to come on and talk. Oh, you're younger than me. So, the folks like to come on and chat it up with me, and I really appreciate that. I'd love to meet all these folks in person one day, but they know that I took a big risk, a huge risk. I sold my house in Pennsylvania over in the Pittsburgh area. I sold my house. I bought an RV and a truck to pull it, and now I travel around the country. I do have a home base. It's up in Michigan.
There you go.
It's up in northern Michigan. I do have a home base. There's a cabin there. And I go back to there and I work on the trailer and do different things. And I got a wood shop set up, but I'm on the road most of the year. And I'm on the road going to new places, meeting new people, and having a ball doing it. Absolutely. So like he said, if you can, do it now. Get out there. Don't wait. You have to. I decided I'm going to do it while I still can.
Yes. Do it while you still can, folks. And you know what? Make that change in life that's going to make you happy. If you don't do it, the door of opportunity, when it opens, take it. You can always go back to what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So let's
get
them out there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Dina.
I love some of these comments. Pretty good.
Troublemakers.
We are troublemakers. That's just the one I was going in on. Like, oh, that's wild. Oh, somebody's in denial. Dina with not me.
Yeah. So that's been really cool. And like I said, having a core of people that kind of hang out with me and stuff. And I got a Discord channel. Have you heard of Discord?
No.
Discord is it started off to be a place for gamers to chat with one another and talk to each other while they're playing games and sharing video of that game. I've got it up over here on this side. That's my Discord channel there. And, the people, there's quite a few people that have joined my server. It's absolutely free. They join in and we can talk and we can text with each other as we talk about and I've got different channels in there. I've got Beyond Our World is the BOW. And I've got the Oak Island because I was talking to you earlier. I talk a lot about Oak Island.
Yeah.
And then also the Skinwalker Ranch. And the Skinwalker Ranch kind of encompasses the Bigfoot. And also, that's more Beyond Our World, but also UFOs, UAPs. We talk about all
There's
that
so
kind
much
of stuff.
out there.
There is.
It's just you got to keep an open mind, and then the world is your oyster.
Yeah,
it really
absolutely.
is.
Well, open mind. Speaking of open mind, was talking about Dennis and his dowsing. I mean,
I love that idea.
That's my goodness. I gotta hang around with that guy.
I think he's well worth hanging. I think he's well worth shooting some pictures and videos. I would like to get a few of the Outdoor Adventures Action 5 on him. And
for sure.
I think I've got him convinced that it's going to happen, but that's always just my opinion.
I know, right? Like I said, I just met the guy
it.
and I kind of want to follow him around. I got his phone number now, so I can call
him. Me too. Did he give you the same? Mine says 1-800.
Yeah. 1-800 Dennis, follow me. Yeah, no. No, he was sitting here. He had his tag on, and his number was on his tag, and everybody got it now.
Oh, definitely. Barbara, you got the right idea, dear, with the travel and doing what you want. Yep. Folks, do it, really, because we don't know when we're going to get sick, what's going to happen to us. Do everything you can. Do what makes you happy. And if that means make some changes, make them. Because you're the only one that's going to benefit from the results of your change. Just go have a blast.
It's scary. It truly is scary, especially for like me, to sell my house. But, and just to start traveling. But I tell you what, I had to.
I tell you what, Carl has got the holy water in his kitchen. Oh my God, guys. Oh, I love it.
The food is getting laid out. Are you hungry yet?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
I'm getting pretty hungry
too. Since 2:00. You've been here since earlier than that.
Yeah, I got here pretty early to set everything up.
But
thank you for the inspiration. That's what Barbara's saying there. There you go. Right. Yeah, William Roten right here. He's from Australia. So it's probably,
He's I got a classmate in Australia.
Yeah.
If you ever run into a Connie out there, say hi.
Is that Noel? Maybe I'm thinking of Noel. I'm sorry, William. If you're not the one that's down there, I forget now. I forgot where William is. But Noel is one of the guys that hangs out with. He's from Australia, and I think I just mixed you guys up. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
But William came on, and him and I have been talking quite a bit in Discord. You two are having way too much fun. Yes, we are.
Thank you. And we're getting paid big bucks.
Yeah, big bucks.
Big bucks. Right, Gypsy? We're getting paid big bucks to do this. I love it. The only time you'll ever get a woman to agree to something because she knows she's not giving you anything. But it's fun. I'm glad I'm here on your podcast. And by the way, this is my very first podcast.
Really?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, there you
Yep. So I'm enjoying it. Folks out there, I hope you're having a good time. I'm having a good time. And Jeff's here to keep you going.
Yeah, we'll do our best, but I'm looking forward really to getting out here and meeting some more people, and then getting over to do the detecting tomorrow. Now you're going to be out here swinging the
I'm
swinging
going
the
to be
coil.
swinging
Huh?
that sucker everywhere.
Okay, good.
They don't
Yeah,
call
me
us
too.
swingers for nothing. Is that right? Can I say that?
Yeah, why
Okay,
not?
good.
I mean,
Hey, another thing. Can I
Well,
throw a
adults
plug
are-
in? If you guys or anybody's up in the Maine area, check out Adam, my son's Maine Relic Hunters is his YouTube channel.
I'm gonna write that
And
down.
he's up in Maine and he finds outdoor foundations. He is out there digging constantly, and he's willing. He loves to take people out when he gets a chance. But
Okay.
it's Adam. If you're out there, it's with Maine Relic Hunters. He's in the Portland, Maine area, and I'm telling you what, the boy finds. Amen.
There we go. All right, that was for the. Yeah, we had to jump off there
Yeah,
for just
sorry,
a second.
guys.
For that.
We had to do our
I'm,
prayer
I'm
for
gonna. I
supper.
got to write this down because I get all these names. These are on the back of my book here. Okay, so Maine.
Maine. Yeah, Maine Relic Hunters. Yeah, and that would be Adam. He's the one that runs it. He's my youngest.
All right.
But I'll tell you what, he has found some coins. He broke the 1600s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can only go back to 1737,
Wow.
but he's got 2 Spanish real on the same day.
Really?
On the same day.
We're in Maine.
In Maine on a lady's property. They were only about 20 feet apart, but they were not your solid signals. They were your jumpy
Really?
signals. So once we realized what the kind of signal was, everybody was going back, and there was 3 of us. So we were all going back, redoing all the signals we were letting go.
Right.
Yeah. And that property.
Wow.
And then I went to
Now,
another
what
one.
would Spanish reals be doing inland? You would imagine them finding them on the beach or something, but
Well,
now.
Portland, Maine isn't that far. Poland, Maine, and those, you're within 50 miles
Yeah.
of, and some places, Portland, you're only a mile from the ocean.
Right. Very true.
So, it's just who carried what,
Yeah. Right.
and where they did it. And I'll tell you what, we've been on some roads where the trail itself is 150 years old because you're following these cellar holes, foundations where you don't see in other parts of the, southern part because they just have sand.
Right.
So you'll find 4 or 5 houses or foundations, and you might hit 1 or 2 and find absolutely nothing. And
Right.
then you'll find one and you'll go coin
Wow.
in the 1700s.
Now, is this private property or is
No.
it really?
No. This in southern Maine, it's so open. Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah. Maine has got some wild
'Cause
territory.
I'm going to be heading up through that way. I'm going to Nova Scotia probably in June this year. I've been telling everybody that because Oak Island.
Yeah.
I've been talking about Oak Island, the TV show, for the last 3 years, I think, something like that, folks. And I've never been to Nova Scotia. Never
Oh,
even been there yet. And yet I talk about it all the time. So I meant to go last year. Things just happened. I ended up being out west quite a bit, and I never got a chance to get out there. But this year in June is my time. Now, when I go, I'll be going up through Maine.
Okay, then you'll go right by. If you when you cut over on 95, you may go into Holton, Maine,
Okay.
and then swing up through to Canada. But if you go 45 and you get off at Holton and go straight up,
Yep.
then you'll go right through my hometown. I'm only 12 miles from the Canadian border.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
See?
so far. My dad said,
Well, you're not far from Nova Scotia then.
No,
'Cause
not
it's
far
right
at
there.
all. Yeah, my dad always said, "Come here, look out the window." So I go look out the window, and he says, "It's not the end of the world, but we can see it from here." So that's your dad for you,
Yeah.
And
I got a book that talks about the UP of Michigan the same way. Yeah. Because it's for where I was born, you could throw a rock and hit Canada.
yeah.
Sault Ste. Marie,
Yeah,
Ontario.
well, in some of our little small towns there, when you go fishing in the creek, one side is the USA, 10 feet over, you're into Canada.
And if you catch a fish from Canada, do they make you give it back?
I never had that issue. I never told anybody.
I threw that line. It went way out
Yeah,
there.
well, that was a line you just gave everybody. That was good. I'm serious. But yeah, if you ever get to Maine, go. You know, Maine has 2,000 miles of coastline.
Mm.
But it's
Wow.
also one of those, I can see it, but I can't get there from here because you got to go 5 miles around just
Oh,
to
yeah.
figure out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Look at that.
yeah, but this metal, folks, if you've never been to a metal detecting event and you want to go, to be honest with you, start with the small ones. Start with the Gypsy Jewels event, depending on where you're located at here on the west. Then gradually work your way up to the bigger events, and come with an open mind. That you know what, you're here to social and have a good time, but everybody here's got the same interests.
Yep.
You can't go wrong.
No.
You know what I mean, Jeff?
Yep.
So do that, and you'll never be disappointed.
Right.
So if you don't find anything, big deal. You had a great time. You socialized. You won some prizes. Life doesn't get any better.
It doesn't.
really doesn't.
And I, as I was telling everybody, when I'm metal detecting, you know, I can find a railroad spike or or a penny or a nickel. I'm just as happy.
Yep.
You know, and I was going around when I first got this one metal detector. I was going around in the yard of the house, and I was pulling up, you know, Matchbox cars from the kid that probably lived there 20 years ago.
The
or
Tootsie
something.
cars and all the others, and some of them are valuable.
Yeah, I was having a great time.
Oh Lord, I
There's
think I
Gypsy.
just got the hook.
Hey!
Ah.
I heard my name.
I heard your name. She's hearing things again, isn't she? Yeah.
Oh, we missed the line. It's not, look how the line is so big now. We might as well sit here and keep talking for a while because there's no sense.
Oh, I noticed that. Did you want to take over here or anything? Because you're much prettier than I am,
No.
and younger too. You know what I mean? It's that's Gypsy for you guys. You know what I just learned today? Her first name.
Are we allowed to say that?
After 2 or 3 years, I just found out her first name.
I don't think we're allowed to say that.
We probably aren't.
No, probably not.
Starts with an M, but I won't tell
We'll
you.
we'll
what it
let
is.
her tell us.
Yeah, we'll let her
at
do
some
it.
other point. Yeah. Wonder how the fishes keep their passports dry. I'll tell you, these people are great. They got a
Your
lot of.
group here's got some thinking.
Yep.
How
Might-
many detect?
You might need to pay duty for that fish.
Yeah. Hey, Kat, if you're asking me that, I usually I have a land one and I have a water one. Okay. I've got a AT Pro that I used for my land. It's great on coins. It really is good. And you can also, obviously, you can purchase the wireless headset. You can also get the wireless headset for water
Mhm.
headphones. Or you can, for me, I've got the Fisher ZZ21. I met the gentleman that runs the Shipwreck Museum in, where am I? Delaware at Fenwick Island. And he recommended the CZ21. He's a diver who dove on the Etosha and with
Oh,
Mel Fisher in the group.
Yeah.
I met him, and then another diver out of St. Augustine, Florida. They have I forgot the museum name right off, but they both dove together. So each guy knew each other. So that made me feel cool,
Right.
you know. But it's funny because the CZ21 will actually go down 250 feet in
Really?
the water. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Which I said was 240 more than I'm going to really need, you know, unless somebody puts cement shoes on me and says, "See ya, Action 5."
Concrete galoshes.
Yeah. And, you know, sometimes people ask about, well, what's the best machine to buy?
Mhm.
You know, and if you already have one, let's be honest, you know, each year the manufacturers tweak them just a little bit.
Mhm.
But the best machine you can have is the one that you understand.
Yeah.
It may only be a $200 machine and you're knocking stuff out, but you think, geez, I really need to spend $500 and get a better machine.
Right.
You really don't. If you can hear everything that needs to be heard and you're finding silver and gold, stick with that machine.
Exactly.
Tweak it if you want to, but
Yep.
stick with what you've got.
Yeah, I started off, I had a white coin master, and I loved it. And that's what I was finding stuff in the yard with quite a bit. And then, you know, I knew I wanted to step up a little bit better than that and that's more of an entry level,
Yeah.
but it's an older machine. And so I decided to, you know, when I got involved with Gypsy, I said, Gypsy, I knew she was, you know, sponsored by Garrett. So I got a hold of Gypsy and I said, hey, what's a good one for me? Not the top of the line, but what's a good one for me to get started in this? And she recommended the Ace Apex, and that's the one I ended up buying.
That's a good one.
So, and it has, and I'm still learning the machine, and I'm learning the sounds that it makes. But like you said, if it detects what you want it to detect, and it goes down about 8 inches, and that's fine. I'm not looking for the Spanish treasure that's, while I am, but I'll never find it.
If you fall into it, fine. You know what I mean?
That's buried 8 feet down, but that's, you're not going to find that with it. But
no, here's one, real quick. Like now that the line is
the line
almost down.
We're gonna have to jump in
Okay,
there.
real quick on this one. We were hunting a property in southern Maine, and we were just doing like the circular driveway, just the center part. Well, on it, I found 4 pieces of silver. Some of the other guys found silver. And we were working it hard. We all had expensive machines. So everybody said, we're done. And this guy comes along with a bounty hunter, and right on the edge of that center found a coin spill of 27 coins that we had all walked over. Nobody checked it out. And that sucker found 27 coins on us. So you know what? It's not the expensive machine. It's what you got and you understand that counts.
That makes a huge difference. I like what Kat said here about the I-95. Did that in a 76 Camaro, candy apple red, 90 miles an hour. Those curves. Wow, those young and stupid.
Is he talking the road, or is he talking?
Oh, I don't know. That's Kat from Kat lives up in Nova Scotia, actually. So yeah.
Excellent.
Let's see here. So yeah, check those. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I found a car bumper. Oh, I believe it.
Oh yeah, I believe it too. Yeah. Wow.
Gosh.
Yeah.
What is all this fish stuff they're on there now? Fish and chips. I love this. And you know what? I hate fish.
Really? I think our food.
Fish and lobster.
You live in Maine and you don't like fish.
Well, part of it was my dad would always cook lobster all the time. Well, that smell when I was a kid, the smell and the little squeals they were making.
Oh, I know, right?
I never acquired the taste for it. It's not for me. So I'm hoping I saved a lot of money by not buying seafood.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we better get in line. I'm going to Jude. All right, folks. I tell you what, I am going to. All right. There you go. Turn that off. Folks, I am going to sign off here for a little bit. I probably will come back on. We'll see what else they have going on here this evening. We got the dinner and then the meet and greet. We're finishing. But I really appreciate you hanging out here with us for a little bit. I will be going live. Thanks Jeff. Yeah, thanks a lot. I will be going live a little bit tomorrow as we go through the day. We got a lot of metal detecting to do, and I would like you guys to meet some more folks. So I'm going to go and eat, and I don't want to sit here and make you sit around looking at, all these people sitting in their chairs eating right now. So I'm going to sign off, but I may come back on in just a little bit. All right. So we'll catch you next time. And just look, if you clicked on that notification bell, you'll know as soon as I go back live again. Right. So that's the reason why to do it. But hey, thank you guys so very much. And there'll be more. I'm going to take a lot of video while I'm here, and there'll be a lot more coming about this event, and you're going to want to come to the next one if you are into this at all. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. Catch you next time, guys, right here on J Free 906. I'm getting ready. I'm signing off, and I'm going to go eat.
To fix your plate?
Oh, no, I'll come over and get it. Thank you, though. Telling you, she's a sweet lady. All right, folks. All right, we'll catch you next time. All right, bye-bye.